Hey guys, it is October 9th, Monday, and I am in bed early because I'm not feeling good. I'm coming down with a bug or something. It's been a long day, and I'm starting to get congested. I've got a headache. My eyes hurt. In fact, this light right now is too bright. Don't touch my head, that hurt. I've got a wild Danny in the background here. I think she's going to be my perpetual troll or shadow or something. I don't know. Yeah, see? This is what I have to put up with. Always the comedian, huh? Anyway, the main reason she's in here is because we've been talking about her homework that she has to do for history class. One thing that she has to do is bring in an artifact about our family. So she has chosen this platter that I've had for what? Let's see here. I think Grampy gave me that one when I've had that for probably 20 years now. And that belonged to my great grandma, Grandma Wilson, and that was my dad's grandma on his mom's side. And so I called my grandma Big Mama on that side. Because, well, she was a nice little southern grandma. She was adorable. So we had Big Mama and Papa on that side. And then Grandma Wilson was her mama. And when, in 1901, the year Big Mama was born, Grandma Wilson got that platter as a first wedding anniversary present. Used it for years, and of course, because she used it for all of Big Mama's childhood, it got chips and stains and, because usage. As it happens. Well, Big Mama gets married and has her family, and Grandma Wilson gives her this platter because, really good tableware and sturdy tableware was hard to come by during the Depression and all that terrible times. Oh, Dad's stories about that time of his life. They were migrant workers. And so they didn't have much. Papa got into being a Pentecostal preacher, from what I understand. The kind that does the tent revivals. And so they would go from town to town, and they would do everything from harvesting vegetables, picking carrots and potatoes and beets, to picking cotton. And, Dad talking about how they were kids doing this, living in tents. My aunt was born in a tent while they were traveling. Big Mama working when she was working those fields when she was pregnant. And Papa one day, in one of his self-righteous preacher fits, decides that he needs to get rid of the family's cherished objects, like their material, because they were getting too materialistic or something ridiculous like that. And so he would do these ornery things, like get rid of anything that Big Mama really liked or was attached to, and that ended up being one of them. He just kind of tossed it all and sent it to the secondhand stores, and okay, that's enough with it. Go put it up before it breaks. So he takes this, and Dad never told me how mad Big Mama was about that, but I'm knowing what I remember about my Big Mama, she probably had a pretty good temper on her. And so she hold on just a minute. She's helping me. So, anyway, Papa gets rid of her platter. And years go by. You know, and I think this was in Oklahoma that he had decided to take it and give it to a junk store of some sort of charity. And years down the road, they're in a completely different state. I believe it was Kansas. Big Mama goes into the secondhand store, and there is Grandma Wilson's platter. It's got the same chip and the same stain along the edge. So that's how she knew that was her platter. And so, of course, she bought it. And she never let go of it again until the day she died. Then, after Papa died, because Big Mama died in 1983 or 84, I think. She died about a year after we had gone to see them. I was in about second grade when she died. And then Papa died when I was 17. No, Papa died when I was 14. He would have been 100 years old when I turned 17. So, after Papa died, my aunts sent my dad a whole bunch of their stuff, and one of them happened to be that platter. Then, years later, I'm married and I start having young'uns, and Dad gives me that platter to use because I kind of needed a serving dish. And yeah, so I used it. I used it for years because he says, there's no sense in having this if you're not going to use it. And it has been one of my favorite things to mainly use for roast beef and turkey and the big things like that because, you know, got a few mouths to feed around here.
A few?
Well, it's not like I have a dozen of you.
Yourself, Josh, Anna, Joey.
There's 5 children in this house, plus me, plus Josh.
That's 6. So it's half.
So a half a dozen right now. Right? Okay. And so that's the story she gets to tell for her history class. And that's pretty much what my story is for my vlog tonight because I'm tired and I'm gonna go to bed. Uh-huh.
Love you.
Uh-huh. You better. I know where you sleep. You're lucky you're cute. Yeah. See, I licked it, so therefore it's mine. Thank you. All right. Good night, guys.